fell in love with a young man, human. So much so that the cat begged Venus to change her, the cat, into a beautiful young woman. Venus graciously complied and changed the cat into a beautiful woman. And the young man fell in love with the now beautiful woman and married her. But one day Venus decided to check whether the cat, in addition to changing its appearance, had also changed its nature. So Venus sent a little mouse running into the household. The cat, forgetting completely that it had become human, tried to run after the mouse, and Venus was so disgusted that Venus changed the cat back into a cat. The monkey as king, or the monkey and the fox. Here the fox is the wily, crafty creature it usually is in Western stories. The monkey danced and played tricks and basically was a clown. And so the animals chose him to be king of the animals. The fox was disgusted at this and decided to play a trick. The fox took a piece of meat and put it in a trap and offered this to the monkey to say, "Here, sire, I wanted to give you this gift." The monkey reached for the meat, was immediately caught in the trap, and complained to the fox, "How could you do this to your king?" But the fox only answered that the king of the beasts should have enough sense not to be caught in such a simple trap. Interesting. The lion and the mouse. Okay, one day a lion was lying in its lair. A little mouse ran across its face. The lion woke up and was angry and caught the mouse and was going to eat it. But the mouse, a female, said, don't do that, release me, and one day I will help you and save you." The lion was amused at this, the idea that this little insignificant mouse might one day save the royal lion. Amused, let her go. A few days later, the lion was caught in a trap, in a net. Trap set by human beings, of course. And the lion roared and couldn't get out, was furious. Along came the little mouse and nibbled at the net and succeeded in releasing the lion. And so the mouse said to the lion, "You see, you laughed at me before when I promised I would help you, but now it happened, and I did help you." Now, compare this with the earlier story in which one animal spared the other animal. Oh yeah, the wolf and the dog. According to the same wisdom, the lion shouldn't have spared the mouse at all, just like the wolf shouldn't have spared the dog before. These two fables teach contradictory lessons, right? Teach contradictory lessons, don't they? Folk wisdom. There's not much consistency in it. I'm not sure what we can even learn from it. What can we learn from these? A little prudence? And yet some of the stories show that if we are too prudent, we will be wrong and destroyed also. This is called the Quack Frog. I should explain that a quack is usually a person who pretends to be a doctor but is not. That is a physician. A frog came out of his home in the marshes and announced to everyone that he was a doctor and could cure people. But the fox laughed at him and said, "How could you be a doctor? You can't even cure yourself of your lame legs and your blotched and messy skin." The end. Juno and the Peacock. Juno is the goddess Hera of the Greeks. The peacock, beautiful of course, complained to Juno that she wanted to have a beautiful singing voice like the nightingale had. And she complained that whenever she tried to sing, people, animals, birds, laughed at her because her voice was so ugly. Juno then scolded her and said, "You have beauty, but each animal has some quality, and no single animal has many qualities. The nightingale has a beautiful voice, the eagle has strength, and you have beauty. I think if I gave you a beautiful voice, you would have something else to complain about soon. Be lucky that you have your beauty. Count your blessings, I suppose." The Fox and the Crow. The fox was walking through the forest, looked up in a tree, and saw a crow eating looked like a delicious piece of cheese. And the fox, of course, said to himself, "I want that cheese." So the fox looked up and said, "What a beautiful bird you are. If, in addition to your physical beauty, you also have a beautiful singing voice, then you must be the wonder of the animal kingdom." So the crow, tempted by this, opened its mouth to sing. Down fell the cheese, and the fox got the cheese. And so the fox said, "You have a